Coming up on this edition of Hub City Now, the mayor and council are talking trash. That is, how to keep it off city streets. They're starting with changes to the trash collection program in our downtown. We'll take a closer look at the options being considered. And there may be improvements coming to Pangborn Park, particularly enhancing the pond area. We'll tell you more about initial thoughts and next steps. Plus, people looking to buy a home in city limits will be getting a boost. Find out how the state of Maryland is helping to attract homeowners to Hagerstown. Hi, I'm Erin Anderson, and you're watching Hub City Now. The City of Hagerstown has heard concerns from residents about trash in our downtown. The mayor and council is taking those concerns seriously and exploring solutions, starting with changes to trash collection. An initial idea was collecting trash from alleys behind properties rather than it being placed along the street for collection. However, not all properties have access to an alley, which means residents would have to walk around the block to set out their trash and recycling. There may also be issues when it snows, and collection vehicles would have difficulty navigating the already narrow alleys. Another option would be providing uniform trash containers to downtown residents that have an attached lid, rather than simply setting out bags of trash. Mayor and council may be discussing this further, and they're also planning to walk part of the alleys to see if there is a more convenient and effective solution. Now, another part of this discussion, the city renewing its trash collection contract. A bid was issued to find a hauler who could provide the lowest price for the best service. Waste Management is selected to continue their operations. Their price is about $400,000 less each year than the next highest bidder. The new contract also includes an annual electronics recycling event for city residents. Mayor and council has decided to discontinue the Recycle Bank program to reduce costs. Recycle Bank rewarded residents who recycled with discounts to local businesses, but only 30% of the community was participating. Costs for recycling and trash collection are going up across the country due to several factors. As the contract stands, the rate will increase about $8 per quarter. It's the first rate increase for city residents in the last decade. Now that City Park Lake has been dredged, City Park staff is exploring improvements to the pond at Pangborn Park. The pond is about an acre in size. The last major work was done in 1990 when the city dredged it and made other repairs. Unlike City Park Lake, which is fed by natural springs in the area, Pangborn's pond gets water from Hamilton Run. As a result, it gets a significant load of sediment, especially with heavy rain and storms. Engineers can redesign the inlet to help with that issue. The walls around the pond are also deteriorating. Mayor and council would like to see part of those walls rebuilt. There could be an option to create a natural edge along part of the pond for a cost savings. This would still allow fishing in the park under regulations set by the State Department of Natural Resources. Later generations of people around the Hagerstown area have fond memories of ice skating at Pangborn Park Pond. That could also be a possibility with these changes. Now, this was just a preliminary discussion to get some input from mayor and council. Moving forward, an engineering firm will work on design concepts for the changes and develop a better estimate on costs. The mayor and council is moving forward with part of the city's role in the upcoming Urban Improvement Project, or UIP. As a partner, the city has been asked to build an elevated pedestrian bridge. This would be included in the first phase of a public plaza to the rear of the redeveloped buildings. The bridge would connect the new space for Barbara Ingram students with another building on West Washington Street that will be used for the USMH expansion. Funding for the project will come from the county and the state. The city would own the bridge, but the county and the Board of Education would be responsible for maintaining it. The city will develop an agreement that outlines the responsibilities with these partners. The plaza will be open to the public. The bridge, however, will not have public access as a security measure for students. Well, home buyers have another reason to purchase a home in city limits. They may be buying a house that's eligible for up to $10,000 towards a down payment. The city received a grant from the state for $50,000 to be used for down payment and home rehab programs. It's being matched with city funding as well. If a home buyer is purchasing a home that was built before 1960 and has been vacant for at least a year, that person is eligible for up to $7,500 towards a down payment or home repairs. Home buyers purchasing in downtown Hagerstown can receive up to $10,000 for any home in the designated area. That program is open specifically to area college students, military members, government employees, degree-holding professionals, and households that have an income that exceeds 80% of our area's median. Homebuyers don't have to make payments on the loan. If they live in the home for 5 years, the amount is forgiven. In the first 2 years of the down payment and home rehab program, the city attracted 31 new homeowners. The City of Hagerstown is giving a special recognition to one of our own, Aaron Brooks, a world champion wrestler. Brooks is a senior at North Hagerstown High School. He took the world champion title while wrestling in Athens, Greece, defeating a Russian opponent. Brooks went 5-0 on the weekend. He is the #1 ranked high school wrestler in the country at 170 pounds. He's won 3 Maryland state titles for the Hubs. The city's policy about dogs in our parks was up for discussion, but the majority of mayor and council would like to keep things as they stand. There are currently designated areas for dogs in City Park and Fairgrounds Park. They're marked with red hash lines on these maps, which can be found in the parks and on the city's website. The idea is to allow our four-legged friends to enjoy the parks while keeping a safe distance from play areas, pavilions, and athletic fields. Mayor and council considered expanding these areas to allow pets to be more involved in a family's visit to the park. However, there were concerns about dogs getting too excited around a large group of kids. Another council member recognized that not everyone cleans up after their dog, and they didn't want children playing in an area with dog waste. There are signs around our parks that explain the city's policy with dogs, and you can find more information on the city's website. The rules for dogs are the same in the City of Hagerstown and Washington County. An owner is fully responsible for their dog's actions and behavior. You have to keep your dog on a leash that can't be more than 6 feet long. You have to immediately clean up after your dogs, and you can't have more than 2 dogs under your control at one time. Remember, bring your pup to the dog park at Fairgrounds Park to have some off-leash playtime. Well, there's some great fall events coming up, so you'll want to mark your calendars. Join us in Fairgrounds Park for the Harvest Hoedown on Saturday, October 14th, where we'll have all things fall, including barrel cart rides, scarecrow making, face and pumpkin painting, the first ever children's hay maze, and so much more. Activities are free with food and crafts available for purchase. The first 1,000 children 10 and under receive a free pumpkin and an apple. Harvest Hoedown is happening Saturday, October 14th from 1 o'clock to 4 p.m. at Fairgrounds Park. Before that fun kicks off, come to our last community yard sale of the season, starting at 7 o'clock and wrapping up at 2. Dress your dog to impress this Halloween for the annual Halloween Dog Costume Parade. It's happening at the dog park at Fairgrounds Park on Saturday, October 28th at 11 in the morning. Register online in advance to be eligible to win prizes in several judging categories. Don't forget, the Alsatia Mummers Parade is also that evening at 6 o'clock through downtown Hagerstown. And for your own little ghouls and goblins, Trick or Treat and City Limits will be Tuesday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Remember to leave your porch light on if you'll be offering treats to kids in costumes. Thanks so much for watching Hub City Now. Have a great week.